Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Millionaire Purpose Discovery Program. Today it gives me great pleasure to speak with Terence Francis. Now Terence, big, tall, handsome man, he is actually a photographer and a designer. But I think Terence, you should be a model as well.
I don't know if that's my calling. I leave that to the pros, people in front of my camera.
In terms of what you do, just tell the viewers a bit more about who you are and what you do, please. And then we will move on to how you actually came to discover your purpose.
Sure. All right. So, I'm Terence Francis. I'm currently the, director of Tigs Media. I specialize mostly in photography, but I have a graphic design background, which I've had now for spanning almost 18 years. A long time since I've been doing that. The photography thing for me is something that for the last 3 years has definitely become my passion. And it's just, since discovering that, that's all I really want to do. I mean, I do the design stuff because it's a talent that I have, and I don't want to keep my talents from the world, I want to share them. So,
Sure.
But photography is definitely where my passion lies.
Sure. And Terence, you actually designed my famous B logo.
Yes, I did.
So viewers, I'm sure you will see the B logo all over what I do. He is the brainchild. I just told him that, look, give me a logo. I didn't even tell him anything else. I just gave him the colors, and he came up with that lovely B logo. And people tell me, Blessing, who did your logo? So
What's me?
Right there. So Terence, you've now spoken about photography, and that now that has become your passion.
Mm-hmm.
So really, how would you say you came to discover? What kind of process have you used to come to the realization that, look, my purpose actually lies in photography and making things look beautiful and capturing moments through the lenses?
Well, because I've got a background in design, kind of compositing images, things like that, things that I've been doing for quite some time now. The camera was meant to be an addition to helping me with my graphic work. I'd requested a camera for my birthday a few years ago, and my lovely wife was kind enough to oblige me. But I initially saw the vision for the camera to help me create stock images for use in my graphic design work. However, the minute I stepped behind the camera and started to capture images, I realized there was something magical in that process that I just wanted to do over and over again. And almost every day for the first 3 weeks of owning my first DSLR, I was out taking pictures, whether it be landscapes, people, whatever. And from there, I decided that I really wanted to get deep involved in the world of photography. I started to study. A lot of what I've now know about photography is actually self-taught. Okay. But now that we live in the information age, and information is so easy to get hold of, whether you need books, whether you need videos, tutorials, all those kind of things, similar to what you're doing now, it's all readily available. So I put myself in a state of deep study over a good 1.5 year period, and from there, my photography just kind of continued to evolve. I had someone ask me to do an event for them. Blackfriars was actually at the Crown Plaza Hotel, and at the time I remember saying, I'm not professional yet. Yeah. I'm working toward. I'm not professional. And she's like, no, I've seen what you've done. I trust you. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, no problem. I did that one event, and from that one event, I got so many phone calls.
Wow.
to do other events, parties, whatever else. So, Tigs Media kind of just was born from there. And even the name, the name Tigs, my nickname is Tigger, that's another story. But Tigs was what I used to always sign my graphics work with. So anytime I did an image, I always had Tigs on the side. So at the time when someone asked me, well, what's your company name? I was just like, well, okay, that's the only thing that makes sense. And ever since then, now, Tigs Media has continued to evolve. When I do weddings, funerals, christenings, events, portraits, all sorts, you name it, I can now shoot it. So yeah, I've come a long way in a short space of time. But the good thing about discovering something you're passionate about is you make all the time in the world to get it done. You have all the energy to do it. There's always something in life you're always thinking, you don't have enough time for, but when you're truly passionate about something, you find the time. And yeah, I've spent that time wisely.
Good. And for you, the beauty is that you've actually turned that passion into your business.
That's correct.
Because a lot of people have passion. You know, they are passionate about sailing, passionate about fishing, passionate about so many different things. But you've managed to turn that passion into business. So my question is, what advice would you give to our viewers who are watching, who may have a passion, say in photography? How do they turn that passion really into business?
I just spend a lot of time investing in always furthering my talents. I mean, it's good to be passionate about something and to be good at something, but you always have to see where you can get better. And I approach every project as a chance for my talents to evolve into something greater. You know, I always look at my current skill level as good as whatever my last project was, and I'll review it. Sometimes I'm overcritical, but I think that helps me to push forward and always strive for more. If it truly is your passion, I think most people would just want to do that anyway. You know, if you really enjoy doing something, every time you do it, you're going to want to get the most out of it. You're going to want to do it to the best of your ability. So that would definitely be my advice. If this is what you're passionate about, whatever it is you're going to do it to the best of your ability. And always, if it does become a business, try and provide the best service you possibly can. I think for anyone who's going to take you seriously as a business, the service they get from you is something that they're going to either talk about positively or negatively. If they talk about it positively, chances are they're going to tell somebody else within their circle of influence, and that will hopefully generate more business as well. I have a website, I have an Instagram, I have various social media presences, but my best work comes word of mouth. It's the people out there talking about my services, my business, and what I've done for them that helps to generate more business for me. So yeah, if you're truly passionate about something, do your best, provide the best service you possibly can, and don't stop until you reach the top.
I agree, because Terence, since I've known you, I mean, I loved my logo, and I think I've recommended quite a few people to you because you do provide the very best quality of work, whatever it is. So I think your advice about just always working on your, talent and perfecting it and providing the best quality service is the right way to go. The question I have next for you is, what kind of challenges have you had to overcome in actually finding your purpose and passion, but also walking in it? Because a lot of people may find their purpose, but it could be too challenging, or they might think it's too challenging to actually step into it. For example, I know you've had to leave your job and, you're doing this full time. So just describe to the viewers who are listening as to the challenges you've had to overcome to be living life on purpose as you are.
Well, initially it was getting started. You have an idea, you have a passion, and you really want to focus your energies into that. But we all have bills, we all have other things that are various responsibilities in life that are calling us in different directions. I think the first major hurdle is taking that first step. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and the minute you start taking steps towards where you want to be in life, eventually, even if there's small steps over a longer period of time, eventually you'll look back and you'll say, wow, I started over there and I'm now here. And I think once you even take stock of where you've come, you'll realize where you're going even more, and you'll have even more energy and drive to continue on that path. Don't rush it. That's another thing I would always say, don't rush it. I think when I first started out, there was a lot of things that I wanted to do from the very get-go. But then I realized it was going to take me some time so that my skills are at a certain level for me able to deliver, those particular services. So I had to retreat into my cave a little bit, study a bit more, go out, do some practice shoots and things like that before I could actually say, all right, I'm ready to deliver this now as an additional service to my business. Another big hurdle was managing time. That was something in the very beginning as well. I took on a lot of projects because I wanted the work and I wanted to do things, and then I got to a point where I was getting overwhelmed by work that was coming in, and I had accepted all this work, but then I didn't actually have the physical time to do it. So time management is something I've had to learn definitely the hard way. as someone that works, I mean, I'm a one-man band, and I'm not a company with multiple employees. It's just me. So
For now.
For now, it takes Media Limited coming too. Yeah, so just managing my time was definitely something I had to learn the hard way, and kind of knowing how, or getting to that point where I could say, all right, I know how long it's going to take me to do this project, or I know how long it's going to take me to do that project. And now I've kind of got a much better idea of how to structure my week so that I can get things done within a certain space of time, and know that I can finish a project in X amount of time and then move on to the next. So that was another big one. And then just knowing when to switch off as well.
Yes.
When you're trying to nurture your baby, it's your passion, and you've turned that into your business, your profession. It becomes your baby, and you want to put all your time into it. And unfortunately, our bodies just don't work that way. We need to take time to sleep, we need to take time to eat. If anyone that's ever done photography or even videography knows that once you've done a shoot, which might be 2 or 3 hours, it's fine. You could spend an entire day editing afterwards, and not even realize you haven't slept, eaten, amongst other things.
Wow.
So yeah, that's definitely when know when to take time out for yourself to rest, recuperate, and then go back to that project with a fresh head. But yeah, that's definitely another hurdle that one needs to overcome.
Excellent. So what advice would you give to our viewers who are watching this and they think they have a passion, or they believe they have a passion in this field, but they don't really know how to go about it? What advice would you give to someone who is just starting out about how to get started in this field?
I would say find a community of like-minded people.
Okay.
I have a small community of photographers that I work with, or I use for peer review. So when I've done a job and I might not be sure about a particular edit, I have people I send it to, and I say, tell me what you think about this edit, and they'll give me the feedback as a photographer. It's very easy when you're doing something, and the people that are closest to you are always going to tell you, you're doing such a great job, and your work's amazing, and everything else, and it's nice to hear it. But sometimes you do need constructive criticism about what you're doing, and only by operating within a circle of like-minded people, like I have done, I've been able to know where my shortcomings are and where I'm actually excelling, and know where to spend more time or more focus in improving certain areas of what I do. So, if this is something you want to get into, especially if it is photography, definitely find a small community or even large community that you can get involved in. Speak to other photographers or videographers, find out what you need. I mean, photography is a massive investment as well. That's another thing. I mean, I'm not going to say how much I've spent on my personal equipment, but it has been a lot of money, in the thousands of pounds. But it doesn't need to be that when you're starting out. When you're starting out, there are ways and means of getting into this world on a very small budget, and maximizing that with limited equipment. So it's definitely worth talking to people, finding out, kind of have an idea of what you want to do, what type of photography you want to do, or videography for that matter, and then find out maybe the cheapest way to get involved in that. Build on that, and then once you're confident and you want to now deliver that as a service, invest in better equipment so that the quality of it at the end of the day is going to be much higher. So that would definitely be my advice.
Thank you. And this is just the last question. Mm-hmm. You've given lots of food for thought, but is there a final message that you want to give to our viewers who are watching this about life, what you've learned so far, the process that you've taken to get to where you are, that you think can really help them? Because this is a program that they are investing their time and their money and effort into. So are there any final nuggets of information that you want to pass to our viewers?
Well, life is a journey. You have to anticipate there are going to be some speed bumps. There are going to be a few pitfalls. There are going to be people that are going to come into your life and are going to purposely try to slow you down. And knowing that these things are coming, having an expectation that bad things are going to happen on the way, that the journey is not going to be smooth, allows you to kind of adapt quicker when they do happen. You know, if you're preparing for things to go wrong, when they go wrong, you're not going to spend, you know, too much time, I guess, getting yourself down at the fact that things aren't going my way right now. It might take you a little while to pick yourself up, but the important thing is you pick yourself up, you keep moving, and you keep pushing forward towards your goal. I don't, you know, if it truly is your passion, then don't give up on it. You know, if you have to take your time, then take your time. Don't rush it. But as I said earlier, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So start taking those steps towards your passion, and eventually you'll get there.
Amen. I like that. Terence, how can our viewers get in touch with you? Because they may love my big B logo and they may want a similar...
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
With a single step. So
take
your single step today.
Yeah, indeed.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
All right.